hurtling towards Halloween in a very depressing situation. Just want to ask you about your own department. What are the kind of resources that our diplomats have available in the London Embassy and in the Consulate Generals, I think, in Cardiff and in Scotland and the Secretariat, given that the relationship with the UK may change so drastically in just a couple of weeks' time?
Thanks, Deputy. It's a fair question. Managing Brexit negotiations and preparation has been a key priority of the work of my department in recent years for obvious reasons, both at headquarters and overseas, including, of course, in the UK. Since 2016, additional staff have been assigned to the key divisions at headquarters with responsibility for Brexit matters, including EU division and IUCA division. Additional posts have also been established at our embassies in London, Berlin, Paris and the permanent representation of Ireland to the European Union in Brussels. Our embassy in London remains our largest bilateral embassy. The additional staff assigned to the mission since the Brexit vote reflects the priority of our relationship with the UK. The resources will remain under close review and will be adjusted as required. Closer partnership with the devolved administrations in Cardiff and Edinburgh remain strategically important. Our Consul General in Edinburgh engages closely with the Scottish Government to deepen existing strong political, economic, community and cultural ties. The reopening of our Consulate General in Cardiff earlier this year will ensure Wales-Ireland relations deepen in the coming years, particularly in political and economic terms. The wider Team Ireland enjoys a significant footprint in Britain, with our trade, tourism and investment agencies making a positive impact. The Global Ireland Initiative supports government efforts to grow and diversify export markets, inward investment and tourism as we prepare for the impact of Brexit. It will ensure Ireland is better positioned to build the alliances necessary to advance its interests and defend its position in a post-Brexit EU, while helping to secure our relationship with the UK and its constituent parts. The strategy includes a commitment to open a new consulate in a third location in Britain. During the visit by the Taoiseach to Manchester in June for the British-Irish Council, he reiterated the Government's commitment to opening an additional consulate in another UK location post-2019. We haven't fully decided which city yet, but I think people can have a reasonable guess as to what the priority cities are likely to be. Just in response to rising demand for passports, my department has significantly strengthened our capacity by recruiting, I think, about 300 extra staff for the passport office to deal with increased demand.
Are critically, thanks, Mascan. They're critically important because I think, was it last year, something like 200,000 people from Britain and Northern Ireland applied for our passports. So that's clearly critical. But do you envisage, Minister, that, I mean, we will have staff on the ground at ports to assist our trade through the land bridge, if necessary, and you refer to Team Ireland and obviously Enterprise Ireland, IDA and so on and so forth. Tourism, we've seen a decline, by the way, in British tourism, haven't we, over the last year or two since this, the whole Brexit storm blew up. But would you envisage, therefore, that we do have enough feet on the ground? Because I noticed the London Embassy and on the website, there's sort of like maybe only 20 key officials, who obviously have to deal now with a massive challenge, and as you mentioned, Cardiff and Edinburgh, but also small enough staffing. So is this something that will feature in terms of the budget in October, that there will be additional resources for our diplomatic staff and all the allied staff in Team Ireland? Thanks, Ken.
Final response.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're all fair points. We have a brilliant team in London, and we need it because the relationship between Britain and Ireland at the moment is one that's under some strain because of the challenges of Brexit. So led by our ambassador, but also a really good team in London. They're doing a good job. If they need more people, we'll get them more people. That's the truth of it. The relationship that we have with the UK is our most important relationship. And so that is why Cardiff has reopened. That's why we'll be opening another consulate in an English city to complement what we're doing in London and Edinburgh. But we are reviewing all the time whether we need to add more people, just like we've done in Paris and Berlin, where we've added in Berlin, for example, an arts officer, because we think there's a lot of work to do in terms of building connections with Germany around the arts and literature and music and so on. So we're working with other government departments to make sure that our teams are appropriate for the challenges we face. But clearly, the biggest challenge we face at the moment is Brexit, and trying to find a way forward through the diplomatic channels that we have in London in particular is a big priority for us.
Okay, thank you. Now move on. Before we move to topicals, I have a message from the